Howdy folks, welcome back to Railroads Online. I was over here getting ready to buy a loco and this beeping's driving me nuts. So I'm going to move this. Delete. Yep. Let's go put the telegraph office over here a little more out of the way. So I don't have to listen to its incessant beeping while I'm standing there. Telegraph. Of course we can't rotate stuff because, you know, why would this game have basic features? There we go. Door's facing that way. That'll work. Alright, today we're going to buy a Shay. I've been busy. Brought some loads of lumber and beams over here. And we're up to $3,020 and we're level 4. So let's go buy a Shay. And I know this Shay is slow. I mean, it's a Shay. Of course it's slow. It's a geared locomotive. But I want something for the tight curves. Because I'm going to be building probably pretty tight going down to the smelter. But something I did notice, let me get over here before I get too distracted. Something I noticed with the flat cars is they do not like 30 curves. I've had some derails over by the sawmill, so I relayed a little bit of track over there. Now the little log cars, the skeleton cars, they do just fine on 30. Haven't noticed any problems at all. After that first derail in the first video. They've been going back and forth between the logging camp and the sawmill just fine. So I might have to do a little testing with the flat cars and see like if our minimum rate is going to be 40 or 50. Because 30 is definitely a problem. So this is going to be number 2. I just number my engines sequentially because I'm boring like that. Now is this going to be, so that'll be on, that says name, this says tender. Where does tender go? There's no tender, so it doesn't put it anywhere. Okay. I thought maybe you'd stick it somewhere on the loco. No problem. So I think we'll just put Fedora Railroad. I don't have like a cute name for it. I did want to change. It was number 2 on the smokestack. Number 2 on the headlight. Oh, we get a number up there too. All right. Yeah, I think I like that look. As far as the paint goes, I kind of like the default actually. So that's kind of all black, green interior. This adds the stripe back in with the all black. I kind of like having some color on the ends, and then the roof is red. I think we'll just stick with that, and boom. There we go. Nope, go away. So let's get this guy some fire going. Come on. Holds quite a bit of wood. Which is good, because it seems like the wood burning rate went up. I don't know if they did that with the coal update. No, it seems like Bessie goes through wood in a hurry. Let's do 92. That'll be close enough. So pretty basic control layout. And what I like about this guy is I can actually kind of stand here and see out the window. So that's cool. Regulator here. Now this you have to push back and forth. It's a little bit different. Cylinder cocks, and we got this nice little sunroof here. And then where's the whistle? Whistle. So it's down and up, looks like, for that one as well. But we need some pressure, so I'll be back when we have some pressure. Okay, pressure's building. While we're waiting for it to get all the way up, I wanted to pull up Railroads Online Extended real quick and just give an overview of the railroad. So this, of course, is the freight depot. We've got a reverse loop and a little bit of yard track. Then if we go over to the sawmill area, see the arrangement there. We come in from the bottom and we can have another reverse loop. It's basically just 2 reverse loops, one for the logging camp, one for the freight depot. And then they share some track right here. And I'll show this. I've redone a little bit of track over here. So I'll show that. And then we need to start thinking about how do we get this stuff over here? So I don't know if I can fit a switch in there without interfering. We'll have to figure something out. Might make most sense to come off here. Go out that way with a Y. And yeah, how are we going to get down to the smelter? That'll be an adventure. What I'd like to do is make it super tight. I want to go even more mountain railroading than I did last season. We'll see. And then, of course, we have the run over to the logging camp. Over there, it's just a simple loop. So we'll have to add in some track, redo this for the cordwood at some point. Anyway, that is the railroad. And before you ask, no, I don't plan on sharing the save file. The whole point of Railroads Online is to build your own railroad. This is my railroad. So you're welcome to take inspiration from it. I've certainly taken inspiration from others. To go and build your own. That's the fun part. All right, we got some steam. Brake is off. Away we go. And according to Railroads Online Extended, the top speed of this bad boy is 7 miles an hour. But I love the mechanics of the Shay. And it should, in theory, do well on tight track. Just look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Until you hit the stub switch. Is that not, thrown? Oh, it wasn't thrown right. My bad. It just bounces. Thought I had it thrown. So that was my bad. Okay, now it's thrown correctly. I'm over here on Railroads Online Extended throwing the switches. So yeah, lesson learned there, folks. Always check your switches. I did not, but luckily we didn't jump the track. We just kind of bounced. Bad physics came to my rescue that time. Pull up. Pull up the controls on this. So over in my other window, I can see my speed. 4.3 miles an hour, baby. Oh, yeah. So I'd be able to pull quite a bit. We'll see how she does on the inclines. So I'm going to go up here and hook onto the train, and then I'll probably have Betsy push us over to the sawmill. My plan right now is to have this run the logs from the logging camp to the sawmill. Till we get the line out to the smelter, and then we'll see about having it take cars down to the smelter. I don't know about the brakes on this. There's no air compressor. So I guess the brake handle, even though it looks, you know, it looks like an air brake handle, I guess it's just a manual brake for now. I don't know. Alright, I got my link and pin in there, so let's go back. Doesn't take much to get going. And we'll see if Betsy will just push this thing. Forward. I was trying to see how much water was in here, and it's really hard to tell. I wish you could get a water level. So, hopefully we have enough water. We'll build some water towers at some point. Now, the coupler height is doesn't match at all. His reasons. But it looks like it does work. I was doing a little testing before I recorded this. Yeah, it does seem like it works okay. Alright, let's throw a couple sticks on here. Still at full pressure. Alright, Betsy, you feeling up to it? Wonder if the Shay will fly off the track. It has a max speed of 7, and we're going 8 miles an hour now. This stuff may fly apart. I'm not sure. You're forgetting about that bug. We'll do about 60%. It's not too bad. Sometimes you need a little help from my friend. Got that F12 just in time. Right before the tree hit. See, even in Betsy, you can't see out too good. You need a window here. Or the ability to crouch. It's like, this isn't so much crouch. I guess you can't crouch in third person. This is like shin level. You know what I mean? That's not so much a crouch as lay on the floor with your head. Oh, we're running out of steam. Because my fire was down. The water temperature was not up to boiling. There, it's getting up to boiling. It's fine. We'll turn off Betsy, and then we'll go hopping. Got plenty of steam. This one. Alright, how's she doing 20%? We're accelerating up through 5 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. Buckle your seatbelts. We're now nearing 6 miles an hour. I love all the little linkages and gears and flywheels and everything just flying around. Alright, we're up to speed now. Steady 6.7 miles an hour according to Railroads Online Extended. Forgot to light my headlamp. Probably scroll over here to Railroads Online, make sure my switches are lined up the way I want. So I want to go around that way. Okay. Yep, that did do it. Actually slowing down a little bit. Can't have that. It seems to kind of hang out at like 6.7 miles an hour. That's its happy place, apparently. Standard bell sound, I assume. You get a steam bath there in the cab. Got that car out of it. Ended up crashing into it. It just wasn't quite enough room here. So it's once again setting over on its little separate piece of track. Alright, I would expect it to slow down quite a bit here in this curve. I think this is like 40-ish. So knock on wood, the state cars do okay on this. But I had a sharper curve over here coming out of the loading area, and that was causing me some problems. So I've relayed that. I'll show you what all's going on when we get over here. And we will be doing some track laying. Next episode, we'll be heading for the smelter. So if you're wanting track laying, you should get your fill of that for a while next episode. Probably be a long one. Slow it down to a stately 4.8 miles an hour. So I got an idea from, I think it's Kist Gaming, Kist with a K, K-I-S-T, for using these bridges to get out far enough. I didn't realize the way I was laying the track, the crane was actually way over here on the other side of the car. So these are kind of like our little loading areas. That was a neat idea. Make sure you go check out his channel. He's got some really good videos about track laying on Railroads Online. Alright. It's got really good brakes on it, that Shay does. That's cool. So now the cranes come out to like the middle of the cars. Lines up a little better. So I redid that, and then I redid this curve because moved the track over. That's about 40-ish, seems right. So then I relayed this so I can make sure to get no sharper than 40. I think is where I ended up. So then I moved out the junction just a little bit to line up this. So just a little bit of tweaking here and there. So let's cut the Shay loose, and we're going to get it over the log cars. So let's get the brake on Betsy. Oops. Pull your pen out. I get used to where all the controls are. How's the firebox doing? Doing excellent. So when you're running light, you don't need hardly any steam at all. I say that, and then we're climbing a little bit of a grade. Get up to the main line. This is more like a prone position. Need a crouch. But we can see a little bit better out of the Shay. Yeah, and then we throw you back. And we just back right up into the log cars. Oops. Stay in the cab. We'll do 1%. That ought to be enough. The tree's a little close. I might have to cut that down. Not sure how fast does the player run? Oh, much faster than this guy can. A little bit of a grade here. I had to climb up so the track wasn't underground. We got a nice tight curve. Let's go into third so we can Appreciate that. Shay takes it like a champ. And these skeleton cars seem happy on this 30 curves, too. Yeah, got the hitbox first try. No, I think I had brakes on back car maybe as these brakes on? No, I didn't. Must have been brakes on that car when I had it on the rear. So let's pull this forward a little bit. You can see the pond is empty. I've been running beams and lumber out of there, so it is empty. All right, brakes off. Pretty quiet, actually. All right, let's run back here. Be careful not double tap E. To just toggle unload. All right, there we go. I've been thinking about perhaps getting enough cars that we could fill that in one trip. So it'd be, what, 20 cars? But I'm not sure Railroads Online Physics would handle that. We'll see. We are back up to $520, though. So, I need to head over and get more logs, build the pond back up, and continue making some money. But I know a lot of people don't like the Shay because it's slow, but I like the Shay because it's a Shay. And it's got a ton of character, and I just like all the little things moving around. And I think it'll do us really well on the sharper curves. And at some point, especially for the coal mine, if we get that far, probably be using some higher speed locos, but this season, at least the beginning of the season, is going to be all about logging railroading. And for North American logging railroading, how much better does it get than a Shay? Anywho, that's it for this one, folks. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll catch you in the next episode for some track laying. Take care.